See, I knew you would enjoy this. I knew it. I knew you were a closet just add the glass person. We were just waiting. Me and my team of just add the glass members, we were just waiting for you to come right on over. And it happened. It happened here on camera, and we have witnesses now, and I like that.
For this expression.
Okay. That's cool.
Not for everything.
There'll be more.
Hi, and welcome to the Liquor Connoisseur. I'm Crystal.
I'm Roger.
Today, we will be reviewing George Dickel Bottled and Bond. This award-winning spirit has been around for a few years, with each season aged from 11 to 13 years. Today's expression is from the distilling season Fall 2008, which was aged 13 years. The mash bill for the bib, according to Dickel's website, is 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% malted barley. I'm excited for us to review this today because this was one of the first distilleries we ever went to.
Oh, yeah.
We actually visited George Dickel back in 2019 before the pandemic, which is where we first tried this Bottled and Bond. Well, actually not this one. We tried probably the 2005 season.
Yeah, that's right. Previous one.
And learned more about what Bottled and Bond was. You want to tell us more about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's look into that, man. So basically, to be labeled a Bottled and Bond a whiskey, the liquor must be a product of one distillation season by one distiller at one distillery. It must have been aged in a federally bonded warehouse under the U.S. government supervision for at least 4 years and bottled at 100 proof or 50% alcohol. The bottled product must be labeled and identify the distillery where it is distilled, and if different, where it was bottled. So,
nice to know that history behind.
Yeah, so I tend to like them more, and I have a lot more respect for a Bottled and Bond product because of that. At least I know it's 4 years of age, and so it's going to have a certain amount of flavor that I like. And at 50% alcohol, you start to run into something that compensates with more flavor. I know we spoke about this before, but your 40%ers will typically be lighter in flavor. But the further up the alcohol you go, you start to run into less water being put in to dilute the spirit down, which removes some of the flavor. And of course it cuts on the alcohol, but they usually have a lot of flavor in these, so I'm looking forward to this. Yeah,
and part of it being Bottled and Bond, the reason that came out, I forgot what year, but that
1897 Bottled and Bond Act. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that act came about to make sure that the bourbon you were getting was real.
Okay. Yeah.
You knew what you were getting with the stipulations that they put in place with the Bottled and Bond Act. You knew exactly what you were drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Because we all know there's no nutritional facts or ingredients listed.
Yeah. On most of the bottles that we review.
It's a recommendation.
Yeah.
It's not a requirement yet.
Yeah, I like this. Clearly on the label, bonded under law, the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897. So they even talk about it on here. If you see this in the stores, it's worth a look anyway. And at $35 to $40 worth a pick.
That's the other thing is Bottled and Bonds are typically not that expensive.
Yeah, the craze hasn't hit them yet. For whatever reason, people typically buy something in the 40s or something north of 100, and those get a lot of attention. Bottled and Bond does not get the attention I think it deserves. And so if you see it in any of the expressions you normally would get, even if it's Evan Williams, even if it's whatever, pick up a Bottled and Bond. I think you will appreciate it. Yeah, I like this. Nice label on here. Wait a minute.
Oh.
I have just learned something new. I haven't opened this bottle, have not touched this bottle, but I have some information for you now. This is new to me.
Okay.
So we do have serving facts on here. 1.5 fluid ounces. Let's see. It has about 17 servings, 50% alcohol by volume. You have 120 calories. Yay.
Wow. Thanks, Dickel.
Yep. They put it on here. And drink responsibly. So this is really cool. look for that on some labels of the stuff that you find in the stores. I like this rich color.
Oh, yes.
I say we get into this one.
Yeah.
Thank you for the serrations. We greatly appreciate that. It helps with filming so much. Let's see.
Let's hear that sound.
Surely you will give me something I want out of this.
Ooh.
10 out of 10.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, that smells. Would you like to have some of this?
I would love to have a pour, sir. I have not had this fall expression from 2008.
I'll be kind with the pour.
Today we'll be using our Glencairns again to bring out some of the notes in the spirit. Oh my goodness.
And if you are sipping any whiskeys and you do not have any Glencairns, I advise you pick them up. They are pretty much the quintessential glass when it comes to sipping whiskey.
The smoke. I get a little honey. I get a little honey note.
Oh, I like this. Sweet, like candy, vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
I get, there is a nutty tone to this. Yeah.
Small alcohol, like light alcohol in the nose.
Yeah, I gotta get this.
Okay. Oh, no cheer? Oh, we just diving in.
We don't dive in on it. You see what I mean by that? Like right at about the 50% mark, you get a little bit of the alcohol and it's like it goes away and settles down into the richness of the spirit itself. You get those vanilla, caramel, and in this case, it's got to be like praline, pecan, something in there to give you that nutty vibe. And this is a corn forward spirit, so it's going to be sweet.
Yes, 84%.
Mm-hmm. Now I know some of my bourbon sipping friends out there who are anti-Tennessee whiskey. They balk at this because it's not bourbon. However, please reconsider, branch out, and you should pick this stuff up. I think you will enjoy it. It's going to be a little different, but you're still going to get that hug. You're still going to get some of those flavors, the richness, and it sips great. I mean, neat on the rocks. We've finished a bottle of this before,
yes.
But it wasn't this one. I think it was...
it would have to be the 2005.
Yeah, I think ours was like the 11-year-old expression. This one happens to be 13. What difference that makes, I'm unsure because unfortunately, it's been a long time since I've had it.
And what makes Tennessee whiskey different than bourbon is the Lincoln County process. It's that charcoal filtering, that extra step that they do in producing their spirits.
Oh, look at this.
I already did.
Yeah, I have to look back at it. I really like this.
With the holidays coming up, great bottle to bring.
Oh yeah. Great. Yeah. Hey, this is a great idea. Nobody's gonna balk at this one once they get to sipping it. Now, some of my bourbon friends are gonna be like, "Oh, you should have brought one of those others." Yeah, let's try it. And then they try it and they're like, "Oh wow, that's not bad at all." Yeah, that's how that works.
Yes.
It really is how that works. Yeah, this rich.
Because of this being a bottle and bond, I've got to put this at an expert connoisseur level.
Yes, at least at the mid-level, I would say expert as well, because one, not that many people are trending into this space. They're going elsewhere. They're afraid. Many of your friends, maybe even you, are afraid to go north of 40%, north of 45% on the alcohol content because the assumption is that this is going to be a very painful ride. When in reality it is not. Also drink in moderation, and the connoisseur knows their limits. So be reasonable, of course, especially when you get into the cash strength.
Oh, yes.
Anything north of the 125s, stuff like that. Yeah, be cautious with it, but it's not like gasoline like some of those other spirits that are very cheap and that's all they do is burn. They're in the 190 range. That's not a game of flavor at all, and so we're not talking about those. But the Bottled and Bond and cask strength whiskeys, they're not going to do you bad on the nose and on the palate when it comes to the alcohol. The flavor is there, and it more than compensates.
And the finish on this it's really nice. It's warm. It lasts.
Yeah, it has that oily mouthfeel. It lingers. Again, this one lingers on the tongue, which I like. I really like that. I like something I can sip and then I walk away and, oh wow, more notes of caramel. Oh, yeah, praline. Yeah, it comes back and you're like, oh, I had something well worth the price point. And something like this, to get this flavor, you could easily pay $50 for something like this with this amount of flavor in it. And anything less than that, grab it immediately. Yeah, I have. Again.
And
done it more than once.
I'm gonna say it.
I'm listening.
Just add the glass.
Just add the glass. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we just brought in another member of Just Add the Glass, and I'm so proud of you. It finally happened. Just add the glass. It's simple. See, you just say it. It rolls off the tongue.
For this one.
There are others. There are others that just need the glass. That's all.
But so, again, with the holidays coming, perfect bottle to bring, to share, to toast.
Toast.
As always, like, subscribe, and share.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is a nice one. Just sit by the fire.
Yeah, this is outdoor, patio, relax, wood burning fire, nice crackle in the background, just gaze out, watch the sunset. Perfect with some friends, family. This is that. I can picture it now.